How are my perfectly imperfect people doing today? Today, as I sit here in this office, I kind of, my heart was kind of hurting, and just wanted to talk to you about some things that have really shaped my life. But I broke the mold. So thank God for His grace and mercy for allowing me to forgive and to go forth. I'm going to start off with sexual addiction. When I was younger, for about 6 to 7 years of my life, I was sexually molested from by every babysitter I had over that 5 to 7 year period, whether it be female, whether it be male, where it was singular, where it was multiple people at a time. It was hard to talk about, and it's still hard to talk about today because I struggled so hard because I couldn't communicate. I couldn't tell my parents. I couldn't tell people around me. Everybody just thought that I was just angry and just lashed out, and I didn't know. As a child, it's hard to communicate. But I'm here to tell you, even though I was a product of that environment, I'm not a product of that environment, because I forgive all those people. I forgive the first lady that molested me. I forgive all the men. I forgive all the women. I forgive everyone. Because deep down, I really want to think and I really pray that maybe they were a product of their environment, but they didn't realize that they could break the mold. But instead, they perpetuated and continued that cycle of hurt on other people. And it is a scary thing to have children in the world and to know that there is evil out there. But I'm here to tell you that there's also goodness, there's also holiness, and that until we break that mold, then we'll never go forth. Many years after, I was 30 years old, when I finally told my mother that I was molested, and it broke her heart. I didn't even know how to tell her. I just knew that my heart was welling up, and that until I was able to just tell somebody, that I wouldn't be able to break free. I battled with so many things. During college, during high school, I was with so many different women. And it really didn't come into effect until I hit, honestly, my senior year of high school. I was introduced to older women when I went to college, and it became such a way of life. It became so easy to manipulate. It became so easy, but at the same time, I was so empty. I tried every day, whether it would be 4 to 5 women, whether it would be masturbating, whether it would be pornography, no matter what it was, I was never full. I was always seeking something else, and I never knew what it was. I stayed angry. I stayed by myself because I never had anyone to talk to. But I'm here to tell you right now that for all those that are going through similar situations, or that know people that are going through similar situations, it's not about what you say. It's about them knowing that you're there, to be a listening ear. When I was truly able to talk about it, the first time was to my mother when I was 30 years old. The next time was in front of maybe 1,000 to 1,200 people. And I was embarrassed because it was about me. I'm not here to talk about me, but I'm here to tell you things that I've been through, to let you know that even with all my perfections, we are still perfect in God's eyes, because we are striving to do the right thing. And if you're caught in that whirlwind, and you will know it, you know it just like I knew it. When I was fornicating, when I was out with so many different women, when I was lying, when I was cheating, when I was doing all these different things, I knew it. But I just thought I just couldn't stop. When really, On March the 24th, the Lord took every addiction in my life away. I'm going to tell you right now, I practiced abstinence with my wife for a long time before we got married. Might have been 2 years. I can't even tell you because it was so dang hard. I thought I was crazy. And I was also blessed to speak during that time. I was also blessed to speak to high school students about abstinence. Now, one time did I have an STD. But those are the only things we think are negative. When I think back, I want to apologize to all the women that I hurt, that I lied to. I want to apologize to my wife for not being pure before we were married. But that's why we took that oath to be abstinent, so we could really save ourselves for that day when we become married. So I tell you today, if you have stories, it's not about whose story is the worst. It's just about speaking it and getting it out. Because once it's out, you can't be attacked for it anymore. You will not be attacked by it anymore. I know the world's going to look at this and say, and tear it apart and say, well, he said he's been with multiple partners. He says he's this. But I'm here to tell you that we are not perfect. That I thank you for God's grace that we can continue to strive for his excellence and his perfection, but we will fall short. I also want to forgive all those that hurt me. When I was coming up, I was angry for a long time. I wanted you to die. I wanted so many things happen to you. But now I only want you to be blessed, because I pray that you didn't have to go through the same things I went through, or even worse, because that's why maybe you're doing the things that you did. Please embrace your imperfections and know that through our imperfections we are perfect, but we can change. And those people that you see struggling and you say they will never will, try to really take a step back and say, what can I do and how can I do it? And it only comes down to listening, wholeheartedly listening to them and letting them, and not judging them when they tell the things that come from their heart. I thank you and I love you.